Hello, my darlings. It's ALB in Whisperland here. I hope that you're all doing well. In tonight's video, we are going to be unboxing my Sylvanian Families collaboration with the French patisserie house Ladurée, or the more anglicized version, Ladurée. This is one of the coolest things that I own now, and I have to a little bit in this video kind of temper my enthusiasm so that I'm not too loud, but I'm sure you can just tell by looking at this that this is the best thing you've ever seen or that I've ever seen. This collaboration came out a few months ago, and originally I had no plans to make this video because I had no plans to purchase this item. I thought, there's no way I'm going to be able to get this, so I may as well not even try, because it was released in Japan only at select Japan locations of Ladurée and on the Japanese website as well. But I received it as a Christmas present, and it was wholly unexpected, and it's just so beautiful. I can't possibly not show this to you. It's probably the most detailed toy I've ever seen, even personally, although I'm admittedly not a big toy collector, but yeah, this is just absolutely gorgeous. And I hope that you enjoy seeing all the details about it. So let's just hop in and get started right away. So when I originally got this, it had like a plastic around the outside, like, you know, it was sealed in plastic. So I already removed that when I received this, but I left on, it has this sort of like sleeve, which kind of reminds me of like the sleeve that comes on books, like the protective sleeve, and it's this beautiful lace. I'll kind of slide it off here so you can see. As I mentioned, this product was like a Japan exclusive item, so there isn't a whole lot of English on the packaging. That being said, I wanted to show you the back because it shows you everything that's in the box, more or less, and kind of shows some instructions right here on what to do. So these are the two characters that come in the packaging. It shows all of the little furniture pieces, the many tiny little accessories that come with it. It shows how to put everything together, so the tray that goes in the display case, the little topper that goes on the pastries, and this like lace design is such a nice touch. It like, just in my opinion, really adds something. But then check out the texture on the box as well. It is kind of hard to see, but if you look closely you'll see this sort of rose filigree that's like in a gloss on the box with little bows. It's very pretty. So, also I wanted to draw your attention to the beautiful lace that's on the outside of this design. The box is so gorgeous. I kind of get the impression that this product wasn't necessarily designed with play from children in mind. Sylvanian Families and in North America, better known as Calico Critters, is one of those brands that is both fascinating to children and adults alike. A lot of adults collect them and children like to play with them, so they have a pretty wide audience. But this particular piece, I kind of get the vibe that it's a little bit more for grown-ups. But I feel like any child who had a very delicate disposition musician, was very gentle with toys and good with small pieces. Could very much enjoy playing with this. I would have if I was little. But I'm a grown-up, so I can play with it by myself if I want to. I get the vibe, though, that a lot of people would maybe buy this with no intention of unboxing it. Like, that's kind of the feeling I get. And I totally get it. It's displayed very beautifully. You can see all of the little items very clearly. I would totally understand not opening this up. However, we are definitely going to open this up. There's so many tiny little accessories in this box. I can't wait to look at them all. But let's first start with these little cute critters. These little characters are the ones that you get with this set. The little cat's name is Sky and the bunny's name is Flare. So up until now, I've never had the full adult-sized Sylvanian critters. I've only had a couple of the baby-sized ones, and I'm going to show you, for example, this is the size of the baby critters. You can just imagine, I've only had this size, so to me these two seem huge, like they seem ginormous to me. Because I'm used to just like a little guy like Jesk. And I love how on Sky she has this like super soft flocked fur. Flare has flocked fur as well, but there's something about these kitties. They're really, really soft. And so I love their little outfits. Flare, the bunny, is dressed exactly like the uniform that all the staff wears at Ladurée, and it's totally just taking me back and making me wish I could go have tea there right now. She looks so cute, and this is like a very cute outfit as well. This little piece comes off here. I mean, all of Sylvanian Families, the clothing is interchangeable. Anybody can wear anything. Her little tail's so soft, I can't stop touching it. I don't really want to start a big collection of these guys, but for this set, I'm really happy to have the two little matching critters that go with it. I'm just so used to how small these little tiny, tiny ones are. So I think that right now, like, just finding these ones to be like, where do you put them? They're so big, you know what I mean? Because I'm just used to little guys like this. I usually keep this little guy on my desk as like a little, I don't know, he's just cute, right? I think that's the appeal of Calico Critters, like, they're just cute. They have really sweet little faces, and I like using the little brush on them, because sometimes little, like, fluffs get stuck in the fur around their faces, because they're flocked, and you can just give them a little quick brush. Cleans everything off perfectly. But yeah, these are the two, Sky and Flare, that come in this set. And let's put them in their little patisserie, shall we? I'm hoping that the scale of my hands will properly display, like, just how small and delicate this set is. It's so cute. Let's start taking everything out. Let's start with this tiny little, this is a little shopping bag with actual strings. I have a couple life-size Ladurée paper shopping bags sitting right here next to me. So I can tell you it's a one-to-one replica. Very cute and small. We have some lovely little chairs here. They are pink with like a tufted seat, gold filigree on the top. There's so many details, like there's little gold floor stops on the bottom here. Both of the chairs, 2 chairs for 2 little guys to sit at. We've got the table. The table is gorgeous. It has sort of like an inset design. It will be a little tricky to see right now, but when I'm showing you closer up, you'll be able to see all the details there. We'll go over here to this side. We've got the little teapot. I almost feel like I should be using my tweezers here because this stuff is so small. Teapot with a lid that comes right off. We have the tiny little tool for cakes and pastries to be served. We have this lovely 2-tiered cake stand. You could put either a macaron on here or some of the other pastries. Now I am going to use the tweezers for these guys because they are just so small. We've got a spoon. We've got a fork. Another fork. And another spoon. And we'll go get some over here. These are probably one of my favorite parts. These are tiny little macaron boxes. And these are fully functional as well. They open up just like this, and you can put pastries inside of them, which of course we simply must do. Put that here for now. We have a tiny, tiny little menu. So small, this menu. So precious. We have our Ladurée napkins. These are just, printed pieces of paper, but they're pretty cute. And then up here, we have, this is a whole set of macarons, so we'll get into that. We've got our tiny little teacup and saucer set. These are exactly like the ones they serve you with at Ladurée. Plate. Another plate. Get some of these little pastries out as well. They're so small. These ones here. And then we have one more piece to take out, which is the big proper display case. Very cool. Let's put all this stuff together and see how it looks. Oh my goodness, there are so many little pieces in this set. It's very precious. So one thing that is really cool about this iconic set is that it includes this particular pastry item right here. You can see it's kind of pink. I'm putting the little labels that come right in the little swirled whipped cream. Oh, that one's not quite in. There we go, perfect. Just like that. So this particular pastry is called, and pardon my French, it's not going to be perfect, but it's called the ispahan, and this is a pastry that was created by the master patisserie Pierre Aimé, and it is like a signature Ladurée dish. So this part right here, in real life, this is made of plastic, but this part right here would be made of a rose macaron, and then inside it would have rose petal and lychee jelly, and then fresh raspberries there as well. And that is a very iconic Ladurée food item. By the way, all of although I am from Canada, I am not fluent in French. I have a best friend who is very fluent in French. So oftentimes when it comes to things for videos, I will consult her and I'll just say, hey, am I saying this completely wrong? And she'll say, yes, you are. Here's how you say it. So, but that being said, I'm sure I'll mess things up because it's not my first language. Oh, geez, I keep wishing the table was bigger. I suppose we could put some of these other little accessories in the display case over here. So part of the reason I wanted this set, although like I said, I would never have endeavored to try to get it myself because it kind of seemed like perhaps too extravagant of a thing to splurge on myself. But for me, the Ladurée restaurant is probably one of my favorite places to go in the city of Toronto, but also anywhere. It's one of my favorite places. It's kind of a fancy place, so I don't really go that much, well, especially lately. But it's like a special occasion place. Generally, I would like take people for a special occasion. I went once for my birthday. It's kind of a fancy place, and the food is very fancy, and it's not like an everyday thing, but it feels really nice to be in there. All of the Ladurée restaurants are sort of matching in color scheme, but they don't look the same. For example, the Yorkdale, Toronto location looks different than the Vancouver, British Columbia location. I haven't looked up too much the Japan locations, but I'm sure they may look similar but different. But they all kind of have the same color scheme. And I love the colors. I just love being in there. It's so beautiful to me. And so it has a special place in my heart. Whenever I pick up macaron there, I tend to keep the box, so I have a couple boxes. My absolute favorite thing to get at Ladurée is the Marie Antoinette tea. So if you ever go, think of me and get the tea. That's my favorite. It's like a black tea that has some notes of rose and also citrus. It's just absolutely lovely. It's probably my favorite tea, other than like a good old, Earl Grey. But it's probably my favorite thing you can get there. They also do a really nice croque monsieur and very good French toast. Put the little teacups just there for now. I'm going to put some of these macarons in the box so we can get her all going there. What color should we do? We have green, I would assume perhaps pistachio. This is definitely the passion fruit. I want to say caramel. One of these is caramel, one of these is chocolate. Maybe lavender, strawberry, and rose. That would be my guesses for these. Pick some out. Maybe we'll do rose, or strawberry rather. Can do a mix. A couple strawberry in there. Do a passion fruit. Just like that. Maybe one of these here. Getting a really lovely little sort of rainbowy effect. I'm just going to pour all these out. It's much easier. We'll do another strawberry. And maybe a pistachio for good measure. look pretty cute to me. What do you think? And we'll just go ahead and put the little lid right here. And we'll load that right into the shopping bag. Careful, pastries. Now, let's put some macarons in this box as well. I think we could do, oh my goodness, my little teacup fell. There we go. That was almost a disaster, but crisis averted. This is quite a big box of macarons. Like, if you were going to get this size of box in real life, you'd really want to be going to perhaps a party or some fancy occasion where you're hoping to impress. That's a lot of macarons to eat by yourself. We had a Christmas, not just this past one, but little ways before, where we kind of thought we were going to have company possibly. And so we got a big box of macarons, thinking we were so clever, but we ended up having to eat them all ourselves, which does sound like fun, but they're quite rich, so after a certain point, you're just kind of like, I don't know. I really like macarons, but I'm more of a savory person myself, to be honest with you. I think that's why I tend to like the more like cheesy foods there. I'll put these final 3 in here. I know as soon as I put the lid on, they're not going to be beautifully stacked anymore, but that's fine. We'll know that I did it. As long as we know that I did my very best, that's all that matters to me. Okay. Alright, so we've got box number 2 of the macaron. Put that right in here. And so it's got little treats to take home. You can hear them just like inside there, like just rattling away. Oh my goodness, this other napkin is not on the table. That is so embarrassing. I kind of want to see this little display cabinet because I think this is really cool. Oh, as well, we have this tiny little menu which has all the macaron flavors. Maybe we can pull out a microscope and read them. I actually just tried to read that and it's not in English, so there you go. This needs a little fold in it, just like so that it can stand up on its own. You may be interested. I have this right here. It's pretty close, huh? Pretty close. Put that right here. I'll put the menu on the table. I'm going to have to think of some kind of very creative way to display these items because I wouldn't want them to get like knocked over, and I feel like that could happen very easily because they're so small and delicate. I am now understanding in real time why many people would keep them in the box, but they're so cute. Like, come on. I really appreciate the attention to detail in this. It's really precious. Here you can come to the counter, get your little set here. Now, Flair is wearing the Ladurée uniform, but we're not gonna make her work. It's her off day. She can just enjoy and maybe Sky will bring her the tea and they can enjoy it together. It does feel kind of sacrilegious to put the teacups on the ground, even though it's on my table. It's just like, no, don't put that on what would be their ground, I suppose. And the little spoon here. I am very fascinated by miniature culture. I've newly discovered it. And there's a huge community online of people who love and make their own miniature things, little tiny versions, like 1/16th scale of things. And I just think it's incredible, and I love looking at things like this. You know, it's not something I want to start like a big collection of, but oh my gosh, I could put Jessica on the chair. He's too small. He has to stand. It's okay, there you go, buddy. You can get your pastry, you can get your Eastbon. Poor little Jessica. He's too small. Well, I hope that you all enjoyed looking at this set with me. I'm totally enamored with it. I think it's precious. And I'm really glad that I got to share it with you, because it's just something that's so cute and beautiful that I really do believe that it's meant to be shared, you know. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this one. Let me know if you're interested in Sylvanian Families, Calico Critters, or if you just, you know, maybe you just clicked because you like cute stuff, and I appreciate that too. Have a good night, my darlings. I love you so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.